Don't forget that report, Bill.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Kiss my ass. Kiss his ass. Kiss your ass. Happy Hanukkah.
Welcome to Black Irish Podcast. Hey there, and welcome to an all-new Black Irish Podcast with myself, Brendan McCorkle, and Mike, pound for pound, the best in town, Crawford.
What up, Brendo? How you doing, my guy?
I'm good. How are you, bro?
I'm good, man. Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
What?
That damn helicopter decided to fly over my house right at the beginning of our episode.
I did. They're looking for you. I put an APB out on your ass because you went missing there when we tried to start the episode, so.
Yeah, don't worry. If you would have got missing, I just would have introduced you anyway. They would have met you when you got back.
Oh, that's fine. You could have probably taken the show over by yourself and just become famous solo. Only a little famous, though. Then, once you get a little bit of famous, you could do what I did, buy a brand new car.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
Once you get famous, you can buy new cars. Or sometimes you ain't even got to buy them. They give them to you.
That's true. We're not at that.
We ain't that famous yet.
Yeah, we ain't that famous yet. I mean, we got a good deal on a Honda. So, man. We're about that famous.
What kind of Honda?
A Pilot. Honda Pilot.
No. You got to take that back.
Why?
Because I don't like Honda Pilots as of today.
Why? What happened?
Yo, so I have a parking spot that I park in at work.
Does it say your name on it?
Park in there. No. It's not marked,
right.
But it's my spot.
Okay, I was just making sure that everybody else didn't know it was your spot.
But now, for the last 2 days, it's been this white Honda Pilot in my spot, bro. And they gotta go. Because if I find out who it is, I'm gonna let them know. Like, don't park in my spot. It's mine.
Why don't you get to work earlier?
I don't know how they get there. I don't know what this person is. They just randomly came out of nowhere. They weren't parking there before.
They randomly are just a better employee than you.
Wow, now. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't like a new thing. I've been here for a while, a couple months now. Like, randomly for the last 2 days, you're in my spot, bro. I don't know who you are.
See, the thing that always pissed me off, because I always did the same thing. I always found a consistent spot that nobody usually parked in. I find my joint and I just go there and get used to it. I get in a routine.
I mean, it's off to the side.
I would usually do like a row or two back and somewhere towards, not the center end of like the aisle where you would go to the entrance, but like the far end to where I still don't have to deal with a bunch of bullshit trying to get out. But it's like, nobody's going to park there on purpose unless they have to, Like, that's the spot I pick. So if somebody does go in that spot, I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
No. There's plenty of parking outside of where I park. Like, mine is like the last row in the back. You're like being petty. You might see me parked all the time. Like, yo, I'm just going to mess with his funk. But it messes up my feng shui. Like, it messes up my whole...
Your enter-exit strategy.
Going on in the morning, man. Like, I go to work planning and get on my spot and start my day that way. And when it's not there for the last 2 days, I've been off, and I don't like it. So if I find them,
why don't you just park next to him?
No, I need my spot. They can park next to me.
Okay, so why don't you park so close next to him that they have to climb in through the passenger door, and then they won't do that shit again? All right. Well, the other,
like a plan.
I don't know. I'm just saying there are ways to fuck with people where you could be like, oh, sorry, like, I don't know. There was another car parked close to me on the other side. I just had to squeeze in because I didn't want to be late. My bad. Or you could just leave a note saying, it's my personal preference to park in this spot. Do you mind parking somewhere else, please? And then if they don't do it, then you do my move and you piss on their tires.
Piss on their tires?
Yeah. Anybody that parks like an asshole, I'll muster up some urine and I'll piss on their tire. Driver's side so they can smell it.
But if you want to hurt someone, flat 3 of their tires.
See, I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want them to understand that it was a shitty move and it put me in a pissy mood. So I'm going to piss on your tire. And driver's side, so you know that somebody definitely did it.
So this girl I used to work with taught me that if you want to get back at somebody, you flat 3 of their tires, not 4. Because insurance only covers when you get all 4. And you know, 4 doesn't cover 3.
Oh, see, I love that kind of vindictive asshole maneuvering.
The fact that she actually did the research to find that out and is that vindictive is some sad shit. Good thing I won't ever date her. Shout out to her though for the information.
Listen, bro, if you don't have at least one broad in your life that has tried to light your shit on fire, then you're not exploring enough in the dating world. My opinion.
I explored enough, and
yeah. As long you are already, you're fine. I know you. You're fine.
I've had some crazy shit done to me in my day, bro. Like, people are crazy. What can I say?
Oh, yeah. I've had some wild shit done to me. You know, clothes on the fucking out. Like, just take shit, break shit. I'm like, all right, whatever you want. If it makes you feel any better, you're the one that looks like a psychopath. I could just go back to Target. I don't care. Oh, we also, dude, we had another vehicle purchase this weekend. We did buy 2 cars. Don't get me wrong. I'm not that famous, Mike. We aren't that famous. But we did get new tires for the other vehicle. But bro, tires, it's like, feels like buying a new car anyway. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, I paid $900 for mine, so.
Dude, we paid $1,000.
There you go.
$1,000.
For tires.
For rubber.
But that was with like warranty and everything though.
Here's the thing though. They could charge $250 for one piece of rubber because you can't drive without them.
There you go.
Whatever.
$200 for a goddamn piece of rubber.
Yeah.
Why can't we just make tires?
We can. People do. That's, you know, kind of the
I
business.
mean, like me and you do. Like,
nah, I don't want to be in the tire business.
I ain't talking about in the business. I'm talking about just make tires for ourselves so we don't have to spend $1,000.
That's being in the tire business, Mike. It's being self-sufficient. That's like the Amish. They don't go buy butter. They make it. It just sounds awful.
The tire business would make us people who sold tires. We ain't selling shit.
You just said you don't want to be in the tire business, but you want us to have tires. Being in the tire business doesn't mean you have to sell it necessarily. It just means that you're manufacturing the stuff. We would still be manufacturers, and that's business. I don't care to be in the tire business.
We're not manufacturing from nobody but ourselves, though. So if
All
you
right.
do an oil change at your house, you're in the oil change business?
Yeah, you're self-sufficient.
Oh.
Well, no,
Yeah,
actually
put
not.
me in the tire
Because
business.
oil change is different. You're changing something. You're not creating something out of nothing. You're not manufacturing something. You're performing a service. Services are different than manufacturing. Parts and labor, Mike. Parts and labor.
But I ain't manufacturing shit because the rubber is already there. I just got to form it into a wheel.
Okay. All right. Semantics, schmamantics. Let me ask you this. So the guy that sold me these tires, that's his only job is selling tires. It's a pretty sweet gig.
What makes it a pretty sweet gig?
Because he works at a dealership. So people pull up, he checks their tires and goes, here's what you have, here's what they look like. Do you want new ones? Yes or no? Okay. He doesn't work, like he works for the dealership, but that's his only job. He doesn't have to deal with customers being pissed off about anything except for their rubber
You
tires.
work at like a tire shop, there has to be like a tiresome job to have to keep it open. Like you
Pun
gotta be able to
intended,
keep
Mike.
business. And then competition with other people. But at dealerships, it's way different.
Yeah.
If you go in there for like your 50,000, they be like, yeah, you need tires. You be like, okay, well, let me.
And there's no competition. Your competition is them not having to drive somewhere else to get tires. It's pretty easy gig.
pretty easy.
But this dude, although I will say I don't understand it. Like, so he's like, oh, okay, with these Goodyears you get a $50 rebate or whatever. And then he proceeds to tell me how I should spend my $50 that I'm gonna get in my rebate. He's like, you could go out to dinner, maybe go to take the kids to a movie. I'm like, why don't you stay the fuck in your own life and worry about my tires? Like, why do you think you should tell me how to spend my money?
Yo.
You're not my financial advisor. You're selling me rubber car shoes. Like, relax,
You're
buddy.
trying to have good customer service too, man.
Yeah, but you also, if you were in the customer service business, and here's what I don't understand. If you're in the customer service business, you have to read your customers. If your customers don't want to fucking talk to you, you handle your business and let them be.
But you have a certain responsibility to try to be personable.
Yes, and I was personable to the guy. Yep, okay.
I
I just
talking
don't.
about you. As
This
a
guy
customer,
doesn't know.
You have no responsibility. You're spending money. You don't have to be nice.
Yeah.
You don't have to be. All you have to do it. You do.
Here's
have
the
to be
other part.
respectful.
I didn't even have to
Be
spend
respectful.
money. It was a thing where I'm like, I text my wife. I'm like, hey, not for nothing. This guy's saying we need tires. Look, we're good in the middle, but the outside treads are pretty worn. It's up to you. What do you think? She got back to me. It was like, you know what? It's about time anyway. Like, let's just do it. Okay. We trust the dealership. Fine. That's it. This guy's job was done for him. I called him and said, hey, dude, by the way, we're going to add the tires onto the service. Go ahead and do that. I'll be back tomorrow morning and we'll just come in for you. Okay. Like, I made this guy's job easier than it's ever been before. Maybe that's why he cared about my personal life, but he doesn't fucking know me. Like, being personable and, like, trying to relate to somebody based on just their looks and go, oh, I know exactly what you're into. I go, oh, yeah? Well, I know what you should do after work. Why don't you go play World of Warcraft by yourself, jerk off 6 times, fall asleep crying, and come back to work tomorrow morning hungover? It'll be great. Oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. Assume that I know about you. I don't know. Like, just come on, bro. Stay in your own lane. Literally. That's all I'm saying. I will say the guy that
had good ideas though.
So listen,
Would it have bothered you the same way?
what I was gonna spend the money on?
Yeah.
I should have told him something
like
ridiculous.
NFTs or something.
Oh, dude, no. He definitely was somebody who wanted to have a conversation about something. So I was avoiding that like the plague. Just like, yep. Because I still had, like, that was just the tire guy. I actually took my car in to get serviced. Like, I still had to talk to the service person. Which, by the way, my wife happened to know him, so I was like, hey, is that guy religious? And she's like, why? It's like, I don't know. He's really nice, but he's kind of dumb. He seemed religious.
I don't know what they're supposed to mean about.
I don't either. But it wasn't like a negative thing. But I do, like, most people who are religious are really nice. And this guy, just didn't seem to be able to put all the pieces together, but was like overly nice. So I'm like, okay, he's got to have some kind of factor here that I'm not seeing. Again, not trying to assume, but I was like, hey, is that guy religious? Because I don't know what religion it is. He just seems overtly nice for no reason. And I could tell it's not connected to his job. That's why I asked him.
That works at Chick-fil-A is overly nice.
Because they're religious?
Oh, no. I mean, Chick-fil-A is deep in the religion, the actual, like, board and what they stand.
Yeah, but the company itself isn't religious. I was just saying, like, that guy personally, it just kind of, I don't know.
Works there, just people.
It wasn't a negative thing. It was just a curiosity. I like to indulge my curiosities.
A negative or positive thing, I'm just saying.
All right. Well, what do you think about vanity license plates? Because when I was rolling out of the dealership, I saw one that said, going, the number 4, number 9, number 5. Going 495. Like, are they trying to get to the age of 95 and then they're going to collapse? Like, what's that vanity? I don't understand it.
No, they're trying to do 95 on the highway, man.
No. It was a Kia Sorento.
What is that?
Or maybe that's it. Maybe they're trying to soup up this Kia Sorento to go 95, and they're letting everybody know, when I can afford this turbo, get some exhaust on this bitch, we're flying.
A Kia Sorento can get to 95, bro. And just because he drives a Kia or he drives a Kia doesn't mean they don't want to go fast.
But they're also like 70. Like, it was an old person. That's why I assumed.
Then they could be 90, like going for 95. Like, okay, you didn't premise it with that. Okay.
Well, just vanity plates in general. How do you feel? What's your stance? Pro?
I mean, I don't know, like, if it's vanity wise, like, yo, cutie pie sweetie on my, like, that's kind of a bit much. But if it's just words, like, I don't care. Do your thing. Live your best life.
What if it's piss off? That's 7.
And yeah, that's how he feels. Why not? That's an angry and aggressive license plate, though. Like, it needs to be something more relaxed. That you're like.
What about eat my ass with one S? ETMYASS. ET my ass. Eat my ass.
It if I saw somebody with the lighter plate that said "eat my ass," I would really think something was wrong.
What if it was a chick in like a yellow bug and it was like GR8BJS? Would you pull her over?
And she's in a what?
Yellow Volkswagen Bug.
A bug? Oh, you don't really. If it's like a not the Volvo, but
or not. You know the bugs.
Jetta?
Oh, yeah.
If it's a V-Dub Jetta, she's definitely hot. Only hot girls drive Jettas, bro.
Yeah, but what? Oh, okay, all right. I see where you're going there. But see, the quality of the BJ is usually. You know what I'm saying.
Hey, because I've never had a BJ from someone who drove a Volkswagen, so I just say, I don't know, man. I can't put it to the test.
I'm trying to think if I ever got a BJ in the back of a Volkswagen, or the front, maybe. I don't know. I don't know vehicles, man. I just kind of get in them when they're dark and start gyrating. That's not how you do it. That's how I learned in high school. I just keep doing it that way.
Don't just be hopping in vehicle gyrating.
Well, not anymore. I'm saying back in the day. Not the regular day.
Even back in the day, don't do it, man.
Not random cars. I mean, just people that was like, hey, yeah, parking lot, your vehicle, sure. You know,
okay.
Standard maneuvers. When it's dark in a parking lot, you know, you just get somewhere covered. That's all. Sometimes under a tree. That's fine too. Maybe you're having a picnic. Probably not at 2:30 a.m. in Bakersfield, but that's okay. I was also thinking about this. What do you think about for instead of your stupid making tires idea? I've got an idea for you. New car smell deodorant. Huh?
So come on.
And not the Pine Fresh.
Just stop. Just stop.
Okay.
You called the idea of making tires in which every car in the United States of the world needs.
Damn it, Mike.
A dumb idea compared to making new car scent deodorant. Buddy.
Because you're saying we need to manufacture tires for ourselves. I'm saying, what do you think about somebody creating new car smell deodorant?
I was thinking about at the time. But the savings we will have if we manufacture tires for ourselves compared to selling new car fresh deodorant wouldn't even be close. We'd save more money than we doing what I said than making money.
Yeah, but we'd smell a lot better doing my idea.
You would walk around smelling like new cars.
I'm saying, if somebody smelled like new car, would you think that was gross or good?
It smells good inside the car.
This is your armpit, Mike. I'm not saying rub it on your face. It's deodorant. You put it in the undercarriage of your body. I'm just saying, I think it's a good idea. Not even necessarily a good idea. It's an idea. I was curious how you felt about it. I'm sorry I had to shit all over your tire idea so you couldn't be receptive to mine.
Well, the new car smell is not.
Cars and sniffers are two different arenas, Mike. They just are. Unless your car stinks. Then that's a problem. Do you have stinky cars? You keep your cars pretty clean.
I mean, I gotta spray stuff in my car, man.
You eat a lot in your car, though.
I do.
Yeah. That was the big issue for me, too. Was like, I would always eat fast food.
I buy the air busters, like, that'll spray up, like, from AutoZone. Those are amazing.
You got some funky tricks up your sleeve, man. I don't know. I only go to AutoZone for windshield wipers.
I mean, I'm in Virginia, bro, and I ride around, you know.
What does being in Virginia have to do with your car smelling?
Because I can't have my car smelling like drugs. Buddy.
That's a good point. I guess I have kids, so I don't need to go to that extra level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do, because you probably don't.
No, I'm saying I don't smoke in the vehicle, so I don't have to go
That's
to that.
That's what I said. You probably don't smoke in your car.
Yeah.
And you're also Caucasian, my friend.
That's true. That's true. If anything, I'd just be like, hey, man, I just lifted this off of some creeps down the street. Will you bag this in evidence for me, sir? Thank you for your service. I'll be like, can we give you an award of some kind? Yeah, I'll take it. The Being White in Town Today award goes to this fucking guy. Oh, shit. Guess what I did on Friday?
What?
Went to Smackdown. Fucking WWE Smackdown, baby. It was pretty cool.
Was The Rock there?
No, The Rock wasn't there. The Rock is rarely there. But we
Was
took...
Mojo Rawley there?
No, I don't think he's there anymore. I think they cut him.
I know him.
Yeah. I don't know. He was the champ for a while, the 24/7 champ for a little bit. He's all good. But we went... No, so we went with... my wife got my son tickets for Christmas, basically, like an early Christmas present. So we took his buddies and went with their dad, his old coach. And we went down there as like the first thing. We're making a left off of onto Olympic, and it's like, oh, Staples Center sign is gone. They got about 2 weeks left. Now a week left before it's gone. So they had taken off the side sign, and they were in the process of taking off the top Staples Center red logo, bro.
Who the fuck saw this coming?
I don't know. But, dude, apparently I should do more research before I start blabbing. But Crypto.com is like after the announcement of Staples Center, they're just starting to buy up all types of different advertising shit everywhere. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were popping up on your
the sad part is
football
Staples
logos.
is losing money, man. They can't afford to hold the rights to the Staples Center anymore.
Who goes to Staples?
I mean, shit. Everybody's running the business. Shit, everybody like opening a business was the new thing in 2020.
Yeah, see, but here's the thing. Staples isn't thriving itself on its own. Hasn't been for years. Staples Center was fine until the pandemic. And then, if your backup business that you use to purchase this advertisement, is what it is not successful, and the thing that you're putting all this investment money in that you invested front-loaded is now it's like, oh shit, we're not making enough on that to cover our back end losses. We need to fucking dial out of this thing. And that's what they did. Now,
how much do you think crypto paid them for that?
Oh, I'm sure it's available somewhere. But I have no idea because I don't know the terms of the original lease. You would have to know the terms of the original lease in order to understand what they were taking over, how much they would pay.
My second question is, do you think the Staples owner, who the fuck owns Staples, whoever you may be, has some like investment or is into crypto.com in some way? That's why he was willing to make this.
Oh, no. I'm sure he got such a giant payout that he doesn't need crypto.com. It's like that. You're buying.
So willing to do it because he owns that too, or is a part owner in that. Staples business is going down, and this is the new wave. He might as well put his new business on the biggest arena in the world. I'm telling you.
Staples / crypto is not the biggest arena in the world, bro.
One of the biggest.
It's one of the biggest, but it's not. Madison Square Garden's been around a lot fucking longer, bro. Yes, let's not get it twisted.
And that is the mecca of basketball. Don't get me wrong. But as far as arenas that you want to go to because of the cachet,
yeah,
like Staples Center is like the Lakers have the most championships in the NBA, probably the most Hall of Famers in the NBA. Like it's cachet with that arena, bro. Like, everybody.
And now it's just cash. Not even. Now it's crypto.
Straight cash.
Now it's digital currency. Went from hardcore winners to I hope nobody digitally fucks me. We'll see, bro. We'll see. But it was, it was kind of interesting to see. It was a naked arena, just like, wow, okay.
The Christmas Day game, they turned it to crypto. How much does money really rule the world? Do you see this shit? Look how much money rules the world.
Most people, that's all they care about, whether they want to admit it or not.
Lakers are hosting the Nets. Crypto arenas getting built. Oh, this is crazy.
Yeah, well, we'll see. So while I was at this naked arena, watching these grown men oil each other up, I got a burger. Not a big deal. It's just a burger. But I put barbecue sauce and mustard on it, and the guy I was with freaked the fuck out. He's like, what the fuck are you doing there? Like I'm eating my burger. What's it to you? It's like barbecue sauce and mustard. Why is that such a crazy combination?
Because that's a double tangy. Like, that's a double tangy situation. That is a bit much, Brendo. What's going on there, buddy?
I also see, but here's the thing. I dip my fries in mustard, usually.
That's a lot of tangy going on.
Yeah. Well, I'm a tangy guy.
I see.
I like a little bit of flair to all my stuff. It's not just sweet, spicy. It's got to be tangy, too. I need that third dimension.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. You like that look in the back of your throat. Got it.
Yeah, and it's got to be properly lubricated. I can't eat dry stuff.
What the fuck?
You know what I mean? No. Okay, you like eating dry food?
No.
Okay. Well, then what's the point? Lubrication doesn't have to explicitly be for sex, Mike. You 7-year-old.
When you say stuff like you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta make yourself clear these days.
Alright.
It sounds kind of crazy sometimes when you just randomly say shit.
All right, well, how about this? Brock Lesnar and his weird old thing, he was there. And, like, they do this thing where usually they'll have, like, local, quote-unquote, talent, like, up-and-comers that are just like, oh, I get to be on TV? Yeah, you can ragdoll the shit out of me. I don't care. So they had two guys that were, like, supporting the main character, and Brock Lesnar was going to bust them all up, whatever. So he was supposed to throw both of these guys out of the ring. Okay? Like, kind of bash him one, bash the other, they just fall over. And then he throws them out to show his strength. Well, what happened with both of these guys, since they're somewhat amateurs, and since Brock Lesnar is a fucking manimal that doesn't give a shit about anybody's well-being, he takes the first guy, goes to throw him through the ropes, and the guy goes to slow himself down because he's, like, getting hurled through these ropes, and he gets caught hard. Like, catches his neck and his shoulder and his legs kind of like whatever. He rolls out of the ring and is clearly like, oh, ah! Like, so the referee's job, one of them in WWE or whatever sports entertainment wrestling, is they have an earpiece and they're constantly communicating with the back to get updated information on what's supposed to happen. Their other job is to check on all the wrestlers, all the talent, when they take big bumps to make sure that they're actually okay. This ref, when he went to check on the dude, was not like, hey, you okay, and walked away. He was hanging out there, talking this guy off the ledge, like, it's okay, we're gonna get you, you're gonna be okay. So then Brock finally gets to the second guy, like 30 seconds later, goes to throw him out. He does the same shit, not as bad. But, like, he goes to get out, and his legs catch really hard, and one of his arms didn't get all the way out. So then he gets out, and they both kind of converge on the floor, and you can see him, like, talking to each other, like, what the fuck was that? So he just came in, Brock came in, wrecked shop on these two guys that are not even on the roster. They probably got paid $100 for the day. They're like, hey, you're going to be on Smackdown. They're like, yep, I'll be there. And now they're not going to be able to wrestle for like 3 weeks because they got fucked up by Brock Lesnar.
That's what you get for being an amateur, bro.
Hope it was worth it.
I didn't know how to fall through the rope.
Oh, and then they did the celebrity cam, and they had some people. They had like X-Pac, who used to be a WWE wrestler. They didn't even acknowledge him because of his checkered past. And then they went over to Reggie Bush, and he got booed like a mother. And I was so happy. I was leading the charge.
Boo Reggie Bush.
Because I don't like Reggie Bush.
I mean, that was so long ago.
The Bush push will forever haunt my soul.
Why would you have wanted to win? So you can go to the PCS and get whitewashed? Like,
you know what, buddy? I don't like your attitude right now. It's our opportunity to do it the way we want to do it. Okay? All right? And we were better than USC that day, except for the last 2 plays of the game.
Then you weren't better than them.
Except for that, yeah. And by the way, the Bush push, which by the way, I think is a stupid rule.
Oh, now you can push them for like 20 yards. Like,
yeah, but it was a stupid rule at the time. Watching the game, when they were like, oh, that's illegal, I'm like, we lost. Come on, let's just take it on the chin. We lost. But it was a rule at the time. How do you feel about it?
It was. I mean, they should have called it, but you know the ref's not calling that in that moment.
Yep. They got to get the Lakers in. I know the game. This sucks. At the time, yeah, whatever.
You know it, baby.
Are you in the Christmas spirit, Mike? Because we gotta shift to something happier, man. We've been dogging us today. You in the Christmas spirit?
No, not really, but I probably won't be, but it's okay.
Why don't you do this? Here's a good idea to get in the Christmas spirit. Just a little aperitif. Why don't you mail out a few Christmas cards? But here's the thing.
I probably won't, but...
Here's the thing. You can address them however you like. So as long as the address is correct, you could write the name as whatever you want. Butterfly Kisses Sparkle Face. And they still will deliver it. That was like back in the day, I got one of my buddies a magazine subscription, and he's fucking honky-tonk redneck as they can be. So we had it Tractor. It showed up and it just said Tractor. That's who the magazine was sent to every week or every month or whatever. Like, you could have it say whatever you want.
You can, now that you think about it. I mean, now that you said it, it is true.
Have a little fun with your life. Send a Christmas card to somebody you hate. Just...
I don't really hate anybody. My grandma
don't sign
died
it,
on Christmas 2 years ago, so I don't get in the Christmas spirit anymore, bro. Maybe it'll come back eventually.
All right, what about this? Let's say you were to be a caroler or caroling. If you don't have a singing part in an a cappella group, are you pissed off? If you're just the hummer?
Probably. But I would probably just be a hummer because I'm tone deaf.
Yeah, but you do have a nice baritone. You have a deep voice naturally, man. You have a voice from beyond is what we'll call it, because it seems like you could narrate
Well, it depends on
lives.
how many people have a solo singing part. Like, if we're an 8-man group and 4 of them got, if I'm one of the other 4, I'm upset that I don't get to sing.
But what if it's 6 singing parts and 2? Not. It's like you're part of the best. What if you're pentatonics, and you're like the biggest a cappella whatever in the world, but you only have the humming parts. It's like playing the bass for Guns N' Roses. Like, nobody gives a fuck about Duff McKagan. I don't even think he was a bass player. He was another guitar player.
See, my boy, exactly.
I don't remember anymore. My brain's fried. Well, whatever. Fine. How about this? I'll tell you an embarrassing story about myself. I was in Target Christmas shopping not too long ago, and I was in the literature section, and I heard this woman like promoting her book, and I'm like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. This chick's promoting her book in Target. It sounded like she was doing like a social live or something like that. I'm like, that's fucking cool. As soon as she's done, I'm gonna walk over the aisle and check out her book, just see what it is. So I hear it's done, give it a couple seconds, then I go walking back and forth. I'm like, fucking nobody here. Who's doing that? And then I look up, and then it's like, Seth Meyers is the next one promoting his book on these TVs up there. I'm like, oh man, this whole time I thought there was some lady promoting her book, like she just made it to Target. No, some fucking rich whatever. The book is Scratch anyway, if anybody cares. Some woman wrote it about her childhood struggles through life and getting through where she is, and Scratch is the name of the book. Not...
Who is the lady? You keep saying...
I don't know the lady's name. She just kept talking about her book.
Monologue and soliloquy about selling her book, and you can't remember her name.
She didn't say her name. I remember the name of her book. I think she would prefer me to do that more.
Rogen's was coming up next, so that means that her should have spent up there like such and such is playing now.
Yeah, I walked away after that. I didn't even buy the book. Sorry, lady. I did just promote it for free for you, so there you go. If you wrote Scratch, you're welcome.
But if you type in Scratch and 3 books come up, we aren't going to be able to get hers.
Oh.
Because that's a really common title, and we don't know her damn name.
Well, I'm sure it's a new release of some kind. I will say the other part of Christmas shopping is the bad places. So I did have to go to the Devil's Playground, which is Walmart. And...
Why do you go to Walmart? Target, man. Go to Target.
Because Walmart had the thing that I needed. It's very
very
store specific. No, because children's toys are very... So what we did was we adopted this little family through USPS. Through the Postal Service, they have this Christmas program. You can go in, sign up, and adopt letters to Santa, and then bring the gifts to the post office, and they package them and send them to the family that wrote these letters in. So we did that for this little family, couple of kids, and so their particular fucking Ninjago plush stuffed animal toys were supposedly at Walmart. They ended up not being there. But while I was there, I just realized, like, I used to listen. I used to. Well, we actually last year we found out about this.
I probably wouldn't do it because I'd be skeptical that these toys aren't really going to kids.
No, because here's how we found out about it. So last year, my 7-year-old at the time wrote a letter to Santa. He wanted a WWE Slambulance. That was a big ticket item. So a few days before Christmas, we're getting packages, and we get one for Mickey, and we're like, what the? Oh, maybe it's my mom, because my mom will send stuff in the mail at, addressed to whoever it's for. So their stuff will be, so we're like, oh, maybe it's for Mickey. We'll open it up. And it turned out it was one of these Santa gifts because he wrote a letter to Santa. It got adopted by somebody. So we're like, oh shit, this is an incredible program. So then we wanted to make sure that we did it this year. So this year we did the same thing. And of course we picked the one that I just had. Like, I will say though, a lot of these are like.
So come on. So he, like, where the hell was he sending the letter to?
To Santa.
So they actually take that that is dope.
You never seen Miracle on 34th Street?
Yeah, but I didn't think that happened in real life.
Do
you know where I'm from, Brendan?
Yeah. Listen, fuck you. I'm not going to kibosh the projects on this one. You didn't know about Santa Claus?
What?
You didn't know about Santa Claus? Or you did?
What do you mean? Yes, we knew about Santa Claus.
Okay.
We didn't know about putting no letter in the mail.
All right. Well, that's
they write letters in school, but you ain't putting them in no mail. You give your Christmas list to your mama. Like, what you talking about?
Yeah, no. So we have his Christmas list, but he still writes a letter to Santa. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, no,
the crazy part is they actually put it in the mail. That means the mail people take it back to the. See, I've never heard. I mean, like.
Well, I wrote a letter to Santa once when I was.
Really happened.
Yeah, see, I wrote.
That really happened.
No,
I didn't know people actually put the letter in the mail. Like, I thought writing a letter to Santa was something you did at school. Your teacher took them, gathered them, and you hung them up in the class.
No, the post office has an address. I think it's 1234 Elf Lane, North Pole. 88888 is the zip code. But basically, I don't know this for sure, but I know for sure that the post office always got letters to Santa. So they post their Santa's address or whatever. And who knows where all those things went for all those years. I have no idea. But what I do know is that the post office finally was like, all right, let's do something. Because it's illegal to open the mail, Mike. I don't know if you know that, if it's not addressed to you. But the post office and Santa have this deal to where they open his mail. So what they do is they open these letters, post them, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, while I was at Walmart, I just realized that the people that frequent there, and by the way, I used to go to Walmart all the time. I used to go on Tuesdays. New Drop Tuesdays was Walmart because they had the best deals. So for all you young kids out there, that was when multimedia was distributed to the masses. DVDs, albums, the whole 9 yards. It was Tuesdays. So I just realized that basically the people that frequent Walmart are either people, or just basically people who aren't allowed in Costco. So it's either like they can't handle the membership fee or they were asked to leave and never return. It's like, then you go to Walmart. That's your store now. It's chaos in there constantly. It just, like, there's doll heads ripped off. There's lettuce where the cheese is. Like, I don't know.
I don't like Walmart. I'm a Target guy.
Walmart's the devil. Walmart is for the devil, Mike.
I'm not going to Walmart unless I have to, man. It's a force. Like, it's a must. It must be like a must thing.
Well, do you know some must thing that I got to do? I got to turn into the Verminator again. I still have a rat problem.
So you know it's a rat now?
No, I still don't know, but I'm 95% sure it's a rat.
And you still haven't gotten this thing out your basement. Is it still alive or is it dead? Have we at least found that out yet?
I'm pretty sure that it's dead. Pretty sure.
So if you're pretty sure it's dead and you're sure it's just a rat, what the hell are you waiting on?
Well, so here's what happened. I started cutting holes in my bathroom. Okay? So I have a broken sniffer. All right? My sinuses are jacked up. I have a deviated septum, I think. Like, I don't know. Like, I just can't smell very well. So my wife was like, hey, I'm pretty sure the smell is coming from in between the sinks in the bathroom. I'm like, okay. So I kind of like went up in the attic as far as I could go, went under the house as far as I could go. Can't find this stupid thing. So I was like, all right. So I cut a hole in the back of the vanity, like exposing the back wall. Get in there. It's fucking nothing. Clean. Doesn't smell. Like, ugh. All right. So there's a patch. All right. So then I went to try and go through the heater in the bathroom. All the ductwork was capped off. So I'm like, that's pointless. Tried to go through the lights. Those cans were taped in a long time ago and they're kind of weird, so I'm not going to mess with those. So then I just cut a hole in the ceiling. I'm like, fuck it. I got to get up in here, got to figure it out, because half of my ceiling is walled off. So there's drywall, so I'm like, I can't get through. So I went as far as I could one way, and I'm coming up the other way, get up there, and I'm like, there's nothing here.
Should have went the way of the heat sensor, bro.
Yeah, but here's the problem is dead stuff is going to... Here's my issue with that, because I thought about it. And
if it's a rat, it has hair, which means it still kills some type of heat compared to what's in the wall.
The problem is that since I've determined it's up in the ceiling. And it's because there's a little portion of where all the ductwork comes through to where there's like a little space, just enough for like a rodent to come in and out of there, no problem. Because they had to cut the drywall back to get the duct through, but they obviously cut it as tight as possible so that there's no gaps. But there is enough gap for a vermin or marsupial of some kind to get in there. So basically, I Swiss cheese my bathroom and still don't have a dead vermin yet. I wish I had like a shrink ray and I could get up there, shrink myself, and then go get it. Drag this giant rat carcass, like Princess Bride status, to the hole or something. I don't know. Sometimes I might just go with a big stick approach. I might just get up in there, get a giant stick with a flashlight, and just start poking and trying to pull shit up. Because here's the other thing, is we sprayed insulation in the attic because it didn't have any insulation. So earlier in the year, they had this deal going on in Southern California where if you didn't have your house insulated, your attic insulated for energy purposes, they would come in and do it at a really cheap price. So we paid like $100 for them to do the whole thing. So the problem is there's a bunch of fresh sprayed, not laid down, sprayed insulation. So if this motherfucker died and just fell into insulation, it's all going to be the same temperature. Because the body heat of a living thing is gone if the blood's not circulating. And so it's just getting cold and dying. So I'm not going to be able to find it. And I don't have the Richie Rich sniffer gun. So that's not going to work for me either.
The Richie Rich sniffer gun.
Anyway. Well, that's enough bad news for today. Why don't we move on to good stuff? Why don't we talk about Steph's record-breaking performance? Huh?
Who is that shit good to? You?
No, I don't really care about it. I mean, it's kind of the equivalent, I guess, to the Iron Man streak that Cal Ripken Jr. had in baseball, to where it's like he played so many games consecutively. Like, if Steph hit this amount of threes this early in his career, then as long as he still goes for another 5-6 years at least, then nobody's probably going to catch him. You know what I mean? Jelly Bean?
I don't know, man, because eventually everybody's just going to be shooting all three.
But that's, yeah, that is the point, is that, or that's the counter argument, is that, there's going to be the next Steph Curry. And somebody who only their entire lives shoots it from 33 feet and never gets guarded. That's just going to be somebody's game. There'll be
like 4-point plays and some more crazy shit. Like, this shit is just
install trampolines at half court. Yeah, like if you can make it, go for it.
Baby.
Oh, did you know he gave rollies to Draymond and Andre Iguodala after the game?
Yeah, KD said, "Where's mine, bro?" I need
Well,
one of
that's what I'm
those.
saying. Listen, you're Steph Curry, bro. You should got one for everybody on that roster and your coach. Or you give them those in private. Like, I get it. They've been there, throughout your run, but I don't know. Seems a
I
little
need a
wishy-washy.
Hey, Steph, where my rollie at, baby?
So let me ask you this. I did have an observation in watching him trying to break this record, which was painful to watch. Oh, by the way. I didn't watch all of it, but after I saw him doink the first, like, air ball and then brick the next two on whenever it was, Thursday or something, Wednesday, when they're like, yeah, they asked him about hitting 16 threes in a game. He's like, well, you never know. It was like, yeah, well, you got to start by sinking them, buddy. So after I knew he wasn't going to get it in that game, I was like, okay, I'll just wait out for it. But it's like, okay, if he couldn't hit threes, which is his thing, that he was going for, it's like, hey, I'm going in, I'm just going to be shooting a bunch of threes. It's like, yeah, we know. Get the record, go for it. Like, he struggled so bad. Is he going to be able to lead his team in the playoffs when adversity comes? Because if he's breaking down like that, just trying to shoot three-pointers, what's going to happen when the game's on the line? It's been a while since he's been in a significant game. You know what I mean? So you think he's going to be able to snap into it, or if it's going to be one of those things where, oh no, it's not just, hey, we're back. It's going to take some momentum.
Man, so it's kind of like, he's going to shoot it. I mean, but he shoots a lot. Like, so it's just a matter of, like, he going to get him up. Shoot or shoot, Brendan. Shoot or shoot.
Yeah, I understand that.
He's always been a playoff. I don't know, man. That's why I don't give him this full justice, because he's always different in the playoffs. It's always never.
Yeah, they're barely at like 4.5 to 1 to win the whole thing right now. I wanted to put money on them.
Who?
They're only at like plus 425 to win the whole thing right now. That's before they got Clay. When I was in Vegas last, they were at 7 to 1. And I was gonna put some dough on them because they didn't even have Clay back yet.
They still don't have Clay back yet.
I know that. And that's what I'm saying, is I thought about doing it then, but I'm like 7 to 1. I remember last year when I was betting on the Bucks, I went to bet, I think I got him at like, 8.5 to 1 or something like that in like the first round of the playoffs. And then in the championship round, they were at like 7 to 1. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wait until I get more guaranteed better odds, and then I'll place my bet.
If you wait for like their first losing streak, you'll get
exactly. And that's kind of my point, is it's way too early in the season to be betting on that kind of stuff, but I was going to hit them. I still think they're going to win the whole thing. When Clay comes back and gets in a rhythm after a couple of weeks, they're going to be fucking
I think they have a very good chance. But
dominant.
There's always this outside like mystery man that really controls the NBA. So
that's true. Yeah, but if he has to keep playing with Russ, then I don't know what's going to happen.
Talking about that mystery man.
You talking about KD?
The world is flat guy. If he comes back, they win the championship. Sorry to say, feel bad for people who feel otherwise, but
who are you talking about?
Kyrie Irving.
Oh, Kyrie. No.
Yes.
It's not a done deal. It's not a done deal.
If he returns, it's a done deal.
No, it's not.
You are not beating Kyrie and KD and Harden in a 7-game series. You're just not doing it. I promise you won't.
Okay.
Barring injury, they won't lose.
Whatever. You know who else didn't lose? Dominic Cruz. Another unanimous decision, hump it out fest. Way to go, Dom.
Way to go, Dom. You know who did lose?
Who's that?
Your girl.
Yeah, she did. Juliana Pena took it down. Got taken down, I should say, by Amanda Nunes. And here's the thing. Did you catch any of that?
What?
The fight.
Girls fight?
Yeah.
No.
So, look, Amanda Nunes was taking her task really well, and then they went to the ground. I didn't see where there was like a choke or anything. I don't know. Like, granted, I only saw the highlights, so maybe I missed something, but I just think that she got her ass beat so bad. I was like, yeah, I'm tapping because I'm not going to win. I'm out. So I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like, if that's the way it went down.
But yeah, I told you Oliveira was gonna beat your boy up too, man.
What are you talking about? I'm the one that said Oliveira's a monster.
No, and I told you it wasn't gonna be a close fight. He was gonna kick his ass, bro.
Yeah, he did.
Say Poirier only gets up for your boy, man. That's it.
No, Oliveira's just that good. He's just that good. I'm telling you, dude. And then No Love, Cody Garbrandt also got knocked out. The guy that I was like, I don't know why he keeps coming back. He got knocked out. Hopefully he stays now. Hopefully he stays now. All right, I got to ask you, let's get into NFL Week 13 here. 13? 14? What week is it? I have no idea. 14.
The one that passed?
The one that passed was Week 14.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. All right. Did you see over the last, 2 weeks that this center head bob penalty is coming out of nowhere when it's fucking convenient? Have you noticed this at all? Or you watch all the games on mute?
I mean, I don't watch all the games on. I watch, Red Zone.
Yeah, so what I've been seeing is on...
But they've been getting away with it for years. Like, you got to stop cheating, bro. That's cheating.
But that's what I'm saying. They haven't been calling it for a long time, and it seems like now they're only calling it on, third and long or fourth down plays that are really significant. So I'm kind of like, okay.
Because that's when they be doing the extra, trying to get it, man. Because they try to get you off side so you get a free play on the...
No. But not even the head bob, even down. The head bob down, when you're on the road, hey, I'm hiking the ball now, look for it. They're calling that. And then the very next play, they do it again, and they're not calling it. So, it just seemed oh, yeah, that play didn't work out how we wanted. Head bob.
Good job, refs. Something that's not going against the defense, finally.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something to keep... I'd be interested to see...
Versus the Raiders. Hell with them.
Wait, what about the Raiders?
The call they made on Anthony Harris versus the Raiders. To hell with the refs.
I didn't see that play. What happened?
They called a bullshit pass interference, man. He was face guarding. It wasn't pass interference. He didn't even touch him. It's okay. Whatever.
Didn't the Raiders get stomped and it doesn't matter?
No, they beat us on Thanksgiving.
Oh, you're talking about a long time ago.
3 weeks ago.
You need to get over that shit, Mike. We're operating in the present here, okay?
Yeah, it's gonna take me a while to get over certain shit. Sorry, buddy.
All right. Well, how about this? Man. How about you lobby for Josh Jacobs to get a new contract?
No, hell no. He just sold me up a river this year in fantasy. To hell with Josh Jacobs.
Dude, he's got 9 babies with 8 baby mamas, and he's still on his rookie contract. That boy needs to get paid. He's by...
Yo, he has this old hot sock. He has a real, touching story in which he made it from.
Yeah.
Why you out here having all these kids, bro?
Can't afford condoms.
Yo, he went to Alabama. He was getting paid. People who go to Alabama get paid.
I know. I was just...
my man, Jimbo.
He also slept in his car because he was homeless.
Yeah,
so,
the
being broke joke.
Kid with his dad. That was when he that's when he was a kid with his dad. In Alabama, he had room and board.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying,
So,
get the dude
I don't
paid.
know how old these kids is, but you could have learned something to keep in your pants, or at least in a condom, bro. 8 kids, 9 baby moms. Come on. I mean, 9 kids, 8 baby moms. However you figure it out.
Hey, I want to know who the special lady is that he doubled up on. I mean, that's some special.
She's the fool. She's a little special.
She had one 4 later. He shows up with a, payment of some kind and gets it in one more time. Now he just got to double the payment.
She's probably number 5 too. So she had 5 and 6, or 5 and 7.
Oh, I didn't even think about twins. Twins could be a thing.
Oh yeah, I
forgot about that. Okay, let me ask you some egregious shit. You're wearing a proper Dallas Cowboys head covering.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Dallas Cowboys medical advisor on the sidelines of the field when your left tackle got hurt this week was inspecting him wearing a fucking Cowboys hat. Like a cowboy woo-hoo rancher's hat. How?
Well, you know, those are like independent advisors, so he might not even be like from Dallas, bro. Like he probably getting paid a lot of money from the NFL to be at that game.
Why? No,
But
he's
yeah,
wearing a
NFL
Cowboys
has-
hat. He is a Cowboys employee.
No, he's not a Cowboys employee.
Then why are they? You're not. Okay, why is this person allowed to medically look at people if he's not dressed for the part? You can't wear a fucking.
So
Okay,
because he doesn't have on a moccasin, he's not a doctor, my guy.
a moccasin. This isn't
Or
some
whatever
herbal
they-
remedy shit.
Scrubs, because he doesn't have on scrubs.
How'd you get
He's
moccasins?
not a doctor. Because moccasins are like the shoes the Indians used to wear to be keep quiet. I don't know why they came to mind in this moment. But
I gotcha. No,
But
it's
yes.
dude. I don't want the guy at the MLS game, treating somebody in a sombrero. That shit seems weird.
why, if he's still a doctor, Brendan?
Because I don't
He
trust
has
people
on.
that dress up for fun on the weekends.
Yeah, okay, they are humans too. So you're a doctor
Yeah,
and a human.
he's at work.
So-
He is at work. Okay,
So,
I'll tell you what,
I
Mike.
dress like this when I go to work. They're
Okay,
still at
okay.
work.
Whoa. Tomorrow, wear a cowboy hat in the office and see if you get a couple glances.
I'll get a couple.
You work
people
in a
asking
medical
why I'm wearing
facility,
my
Mike?
hat in the building.
You work at a medical facility. Show up to work in a cowboy hat and see how that goes over. You're not even a
It's gonna
doctor,
go-
and
it's
you'd be
gonna go
looked at
fine.
sideways.
I wear a cowboy hat every day. It's gonna be fine.
I'm gonna send you. I got a legit cowboy hat. I'll send it to you.
But what I'm saying is, what would be the problem? Somebody probably look at me because it's a big hat.
The
and
problem
they're
is it's
like,
distracting as shit. Where I don't trust you.
he is in Dallas. Who is distracted by a cowboy hat? Everybody has one.
That's my point. Dude, he is not there all the way. He is there as a fan as well.
He's there as a.
He's
Dallas
casually
fan.
doing his job. Do you know any professional besides somebody who works on a ranch that wears a cowboy hat to work?
People who live in Dallas who wear cowboy hats and cowboy boots every day. You live in California, so you're not
I don't
thinking
care.
about that. If he's a Dallas citizen, those are his everyday clothes, bro. Like that's what he
Yes,
wears every day.
that's what he wears every day. You usually change
Yes.
your clothes to go to work. I get it, not everybody does. You're in a professional, televised situation.
What does he matter? Does that change him saving somebody's life if he need to?
He's not saving anybody's life. He's looking at
If he
needs.
needed to, he could, because you know why? He's a doctor. He's probably the best of the best. You can probably find him on the internet, and he probably costs a lot of money to go to because he's working with the NFL.
I
So
bet.
he's the top of the line, whatever he does,
I don't care.
my friend. With
don't
his
care.
cowboy hat and Spurs, he's the top of the line of whatever it is he does. Which is why he can walk on the NFL field with his cowboy hat on
I
and
guess.
still get the utmost respect. You know why? Because whatever he's there to do, he is amongst the best of the people who do that. I can guarantee you that.
Well, I will disagree with you on that one. You know who's also the worst at what they do? Josh Rosen. That guy's a piece of shit, dude. So check it out. He was a healthy scratch this week. Healthy scratch
For the Atlanta Falcons.
for the Atlanta Falcons. So he's not good
Right.
enough to be a healthy backup quarterback on a terrible team. So his replacement was undrafted rookie Felipe Franks. They replaced Josh Rosen with Mexican hot dogs and said, that's going to be better. Josh Rosen sucks.
Yo,
And on the
whatever Josh Rosen did to you, he makes our podcast better. Shout out to you, Josh Rosen. I love this
Shout out to you, you piece of crap. I'll see you in Houston next year as their backup. That's the only other place where you could be a worse backup.
No, he's gonna be backing up Davis Mills.
No,
He-
Davis
he-
Mills is not going to be the quarterback next year. But on the opposite quarter,
Davis Mills will be the starter for the Houston Texans next year.
you think so?
I'm willing to put a wager on it.
I'm not. I only like bets that I can win. So,
Hey, look, bro,
what?
listen to what I tell you. If there's somewhere you can bet on Davis Mills, tell me what the odds are. 'Cause
I'll
I
let
might
you
be
know.
into that.
I bet on, well, I wanted to see what you got out of this, and then we'll move on to wagers. But Aaron Rodgers, when there was like, a minute left in the game, Matt LaFleur walked up to him and was like, hey, you want to go in for the knees? And he's like, I don't give a shit. And like waved him off like, nope. And then Jordan Love went in and took the knees to finish out the game. Like, no. My job's done. Fuck you. And like went back to talking to his offensive lineman. He's like, why are you talking to me? Get the fuck away from me.
Exactly. That's probably exactly what he's thinking.
But the fact that the winning quarterback is like, no, I'm not going back on the field. I'm done.
I don't need it.
Hey, I like it. I just thought it was hilarious to where he's like, I don't give a shit. Like you could see it exactly on the TV. He just turned and was like, I don't give a shit.
I love it.
All right, so let me ask you this, just to wrap up this Aaron Rodgers bullshit. If he's in Denver next year, does that mean Teddy Bridgewater's in New York playing for the Giants?
No, Russ will probably be there.
You think so?
Yeah. Teddy might end up in Cleveland. No, Cleveland's not going to swipe out Baker.
They just signed Baker to an extension.
They didn't sign Baker to an extension. Baker is not an extended quarterback.
He's not? Didn't they sign him last year?
No. But they can franchise him twice, which is he's not a free agent.
I thought I saw something
Baker
with this
did not get an extension, baby, because Baker stinks.
He's not great. All right. Well, now we can move on to the fun wagering stuff. So, my boy Matt Stafford is up to 3,898 yards. That means he has 602 to get in 4 games. That's a little over 150 a game. Or, if you were to accepted the original bet, which was 5,000, then we'd have somewhere to talk because he would need to average about 275 for the last 4 games.
He's definitely not getting the 5,000, but
you should have to do something else if he gets to 5,000. Just since you are like so adamant that it's not happening.
He will not sniff 5,000. Matt Stafford, listen.
You should have to trim your nose hairs.
With you that if we lost to Matt Stafford in the playoffs, after I say this, then I'm gonna be highly upset. But let me tell you, if the seating holds right now, sign me up for that all day. Matt Stafford on the road in the playoffs. Show me you built for this, Matt Stafford. Show me, because you've never done this before in your life. So show me this is what you want. Sign me up for that game all day. It's not going to land like that.
The only chance you have is if he lands in this COVID protocol bullshit and has a couple of down games. If he's out for 2 games and doesn't come with the fire the other 2, that's your only shot.
If he out for 2 games, he won't make it. And that's I'm betting on he'd be out for 2 games. Because he's not going 300 yards a game. People are starting to zero in on Cup.
Yeah.
Show me. Show me, Odell. Show me.
Good. We'll see. Well, Dax Dingleberries are dead.
They are.
They're gone. But you know the rule. Whatever your team name finishes, that's what you have to start the next year with. So... I'm just kidding. That's not a rule. I just made it up.
It'll be there until 24 hours before the draft, and then it'll be changed.
Oh, that's okay.
You all can look at it during the off season if you want to go back and check it out.
I'm just gonna enjoy my bye week this week, and then get to romping next week.
Good luck.
Start fucking people up on Christmas.
Good luck.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty well set for the playoffs. I'm good. I'm happy with my lineup.
I'm pretty well set in both my leagues too, man. I'm hoping, man. But Tyreek Hill, man,
he's stinks. Yeah. Well, they just started taking him away. And that's it. That's all right. I'll take CEH goal line touches all day. I got no problem with that. So yesterday. I think it was yesterday, you had texted me that you missed a 13-team parlay by 1 game, or 2 days ago.
Shit?
It is some shit, but here's the thing. I wanted to ask you about this, because your whole thing is you always just pick money lines. You're like, I'm just picking winners. That's what I do, is I pick winners. Screw the points. In this particular game, the one that you lost, you took the points.
Because I thought they were going to win straight up, but if you're going to give me 5 points in a game that I think they're going to win, I'm going to take it.
So he took the Jets in 5 against the Saints. And my philosophy here...
Taysom fucking Hill.
Yeah, and Taysom Hill and Jalen Hurts are going to be my boys that bring me the title, the 2 that you said it couldn't be done with.
Bro, Pick another guy. Taysom Hill ain't it. I'm telling you, that broken finger, yo, he just got away with it on the Jets. I don't know how.
We'll
Because
see.
they didn't have to pass the ball. He just ran it all day.
Well, I also have
Once
Carson
you do
Wentz,
that,
so I'm good.
go with Carson Wentz.
Yeah, we'll see. I just more want to shove it in your face that I can win with Taysom Hill and Jalen Hurts.
You will not win with Taysom Hill as your friend. You will not. Matter of fact, you're on the bye this week. Taysom Hill might not even be the starter by the time you play in the playoffs.
Good. Take the decision away from me. I'm fine with that.
He stinks. He might go out there just throw 4 interceptions this week, and they might go back to what's his name? Stedman.
Simeon.
There you go.
Stedman was Oprah's dude.
She's still Oprah's dude. He'd be a fool if he left Oprah.
I'm pretty sure he's just chained to a toilet in the bathroom. Like,
Yeah, like
I don't know.
where he at, but I'd spend my life chained to a toilet then if Oprah was the person holding
it's
the
a
key to
gold
the chair.
toilet with Chardonnay in the bowl. Fuck it.
I flush wine juice. Whatever.
That's the best toilet wine you'll ever get. Oprah's house. We should start a rumor that Oprah makes the best toilet wine. What if that caught fire? That'd be so much fun.
That would.
I bet you Oprah's fucking bitch ass would just be like, "Oh, actually, I am making wine now. That's a good idea. Come read about my wine in my book club, and then watch it on TV, and just stay in the
I put the grapes
synergistic
in the back
cycle."
of the toilet, and every time it flushes, it crushes the grapes and makes wine. Aren't y'all smart geniuses?
Oh,
Wine.
dude, and that
Wine.
the bidet finishes off with a little of baby powder. That would be rad. That would be rad.
So you don't just want your butt to be moist; you also want a shot of babe.
No, I don't. I'm just saying that's an Oprah toilet right there. I'm not at Oprah's house, but I'm assuming that that's what her bidet would allow. I don't know. All right, so where you at with Swagger?
I'm almost at the end of season 1. It's only one season?
Yeah, there's only one season, so it's a brand new series.
Yeah. I mean, how many episodes in this season?
I think there's gonna be 10. Because I'm up through 9.
I think I'm on 9.
Oh, you're on 9, so you're caught up.
Yeah.
What do you
I
think?
thought it was more than that.
Maybe it's
I like
12.
it. Like I said, it's based in my area, so I like it.
It's in your wheelhouse.
And I know a lot of the players just based on growing up here, actually being a couple years younger than KD. I mean, older than KD. So,
Can I tell you this? With this whole, because I was kind of overlapping Swagger and BMF. Let me say that the younger actors in Swagger are 10 times better than the guys that are like 8 to 10 years older than in BMF. And that's being said, you got to take it with a grain of salt when you're watching that these are kids, like legitimate children acting. So you got to take that with a grain of salt. And then, but the rest of it's pretty good.
Kids.
I mean, some of the the storyline kind of dips a little bit here and there. You're like, okay, fucking all right, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm enjoying it. I really, like I said,
I'm
if my son was older, I think 12. If he was 12, he'd be watching it with me. I think it's a solid show to at least look at shit from a different perspective, and like at high levels of competition and people expecting things out of you. I think it's good for that, for kids to see, like just worry about yourself, everything else will be all right. Just worry about yourself. But all right. Did you all right, so we're coming to the end here. Did you happen to watch True Story on Netflix?
So
Give me the true story about your true story.
I have, but I haven't seen the whole thing. But I like, so I don't know if you know this, but the guy that's the driver, like Kevin Hart's driver,
Yeah.
in the movie,
Hirsch.
yeah, I went to school with him. So
Oh, really?
yeah, so I give, you know what I'm saying, like I make sure he get his clicks, run the clicks up on it. So I'll just click it and let it start here and there just to get some clicks up. Yeah, baby, his name's William Catlett, but we call him Baby. Like, I went to high school with the dude, so I'm glad, man. I'm glad he's made it. He started, I don't know if you remember, the first couple was the Steph Curry commercials. He was in the kitchen.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, so if you remember those, he started there. But yeah, man, he's made it all the way to the Kevin Hart movie, man. Big screen.
It's not, see, So here's my thing. So you kind of not really watched it, just put it on and whatever.
Yeah.
So I actually watched it, and
I heard it was good though.
here's the
I
thing:
just don't watch movies for real anymore.
it's not a movie. It's a limited series. Had it been a movie, so it's 6 episodes, and I'll give you the good and the bad. My critique is, had they made it a 2-hour movie, it'd probably be an awesome movie. But they made it 6-episode limited series, so it's about an hour too long. You know? And there are parts of it that, I mean, a lot of it's fantastic. The dynamic of it, and, you know, it's, you definitely get some eerie feelings with it where you're like, oh, motherfucker. But some of it was a little too on the nose for me. Kevin Hart's acting was hit and miss. It missed when it's like, you know, not giving anything away. The premise of the story is there's some fucking tragedy that happens right in the beginning and they got to deal with it. And Kevin Hart's a celebrity. All right, that's not giving anything away. So here's the deal. It's like the most dire of situations, and Kevin Hart acting as if literally his world's falling apart doesn't do a great job. However, I will say, when he is spinning out of control because he's got all this pressure from different angles and is like reacting to people aggressively, I think he just channeled himself in that one. You know, like, I'm a fucking celebrity, like, don't talk to me right now. Like, he just amplified that up for this role. So like in certain areas I'm like, damn, like, nailed it. But you could tell the stuff that he truly felt and like had experience with, and the stuff that he didn't. Like, he hasn't transcended that much as an actor to where you can believe him in unbelievable situations. You can believe him in believable situations. He's great at that, delivering there. But that would be my critique. That, and Wesley Snipes is a little, like, his character kind of gets into a groove, and then all of a sudden is a spaz. So, you know, I don't know. It's kind of whatever. But, I did enjoy it for the most part. I mean, it was suspenseful. It was pretty good. It was worth a watch, but like I said, 2 episodes too long for me. But it was pretty good. I'd recommend it. And the last thing that I'm going to recommend to you this week, besides more Black Irish podcasts, wherever you can get it, YouTube, Instagram, at Black Irish 213 for Mike, at Brendal7 for me, at Black Irish Pod for both of us. That's what we're doing here. But our Spotify playlist of the week is Lil Baby and Primus.
Primus.
Do you know Primus?
No.
Give it a listen. I know you like Lil Baby.
Yeah, I know.
So I think you'll be interested with the combination.
I give you a podcast to listen sometimes.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. You give our podcast a listen sometimes?
No, I mean I watch your podcast on YouTube. I used to didn't watch it. I ain't gonna lie, but I watch it now every week.
Yeah, I have to.
I'm seeing myself.
It's tough. I'm not gonna lie. This is the behind the curtain part of the episode that I didn't plan on going to, but yeah, it's fucking difficult. Like, listening back to yourself, watching yourself, because I gotta edit this shit. You know, it's like it takes a while, and I've gotta unfortunately, as soon as we're done, rewatch us like 6 times over by the end of the night to make sure everything works out together. So, but I will say, it's not as bad as it used to be. It's a lot easier to deal with these days. And I think, number one, because I'm getting used to the sound of my own voice and the way I look. And number 2 is because we're getting better. So we're getting more comfortable. We're not going anywhere. We're getting in a groove. We have a new floor that we're not going past, and our ceiling we don't have one. So come check us out every week. We will be here.
The roof, baby. The ceiling is the roof.
And we're about to blow the roof off this. So check us out each and every week. And in the meantime, be good to each other. I love y'all. Love you the most, kiddo.
Love you too, man.
Peace.
Peace.